Welcome back. You're watching the 80 Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal. Now, in this fast-changing world, if there is one thing that's changing at a mind-boggling pace, it is technology. Over the last couple of decades, India has leveraged its vast talent pool in the IT and communication sector to strengthen its position on world stage. And with newer technologies such as 5G and artificial intelligence making their way, the demand for talent is only going to increase from here on. So, in such a scenario, how can individuals prepare themselves to tap into these newer opportunities? To discuss all of this, let's welcome on board Sunil Chemmankotil, CEO, TeamLease Digital. Sunil, good evening and welcome to the show. So we are going to talk about a lot of tech job opportunities thanks to the 5G rollout and Metaverse. But Sunil, let's dissect into it and let's talk about the kind of roles that you think would be in demand with all of this developing.
Good evening, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to let people know about what are the opportunities in coming up because of the 5G rollout. As you rightly said, there has been a huge intake of talent in a few years per year because of growth in the technology. The roles are similar to them. What is required in telecom as well. Apart from the infrastructure side of the requirements, which is because they need to revamp the entire infrastructure, whether it is cell towers or the fiber network, the distribution network, and the communication devices. There is an upgrade which is required. So for that, obviously, you have a huge intake of talent which will happen, which are typically the diploma holders and engineers. However, on the technology side, the telecom industry needs huge resources on the programming side, on the big data analytics, on the implementation of 5G, on the RAN network, software, backside of the software support, and cyber security. Of course, there are huge demands which are coming in. As per our estimate, in the immediate term, there is close to 80,000 new jobs which will get direct jobs which will get created in this sector, and over a 5-year period, or maybe less than 5-year period, we'll see more than 2 million new jobs getting created in this sector.
All right, 80,000 new jobs in 2 million in next 5 years. That's a huge number. So out of these 80,000 new jobs, are we talking about the domestic consumption of these roles, or we're also looking at these roles being exported out of India, because a lot of tech work is also done there? But also one thing, the kind of attrition rate and the kind of tensions the IT sector is going through, you think this demand is going to sustain?
When it comes to IT sector, it's always a cyclical model. You will have a very highs, and then you will always have some amount of lull period. And currently, we are witnessing that because of the geopolitical situation and the inflationary pressures in US. And it's just a passing shower and not a climate change, I would believe. So that should settle. And this is the right time for the telecom industry, because there is an intake which can happen there. Even if there is some attrition which happens in telecom, in IT, it can be absorbed by telecoms. So the best part of India is that India is very resilient economy, and there are sectors other than IT which are opening up, like the manufacturing sector, like the telecom sector. So everywhere digitization is happening. Digitization is a universal phenomenon now. Without digitizing, nothing can work. And with this 5G rollout coming in, and there is a huge intake happening. So I would say it's more a balanced situation now, and job seekers will be in a better position in the years to come.
When you talk about new roles, what are these new roles that are we looking at?
Uh, See, there are a lot of new roles. Like if you look at after the 5G rollout, the metaverse also is going to pick up. And for that metaverse, you need 3D modeling skills, you need design skills, you need AR, VR, and blockchain and UX, experts to create a better phygital environment. When I say phygital, it is the mix of digital and physical. So they need a phygital space will be created because of Metaverse. For that, there are new roles which are required. And it's not that we don't have people here. We do have a skill shortage, but there needs to be some amount of upskilling which is required. As per one report, by Telecom Ministry, there are around 2.5 million upskilling which is required for the existing talent to capture the opportunities which are opening up because of the 5G rollout and the expected growth in gaming, metaverse, and other industries.
Sunil, no doubt skills shortage would be there, but then do we have the infrastructure which is required to develop these kind of skills? Do we have enough courses and enough training centers and enough the experts to actually develop this talent?
See, today we are in we are in an environment where a click of a mouse, there are a lot of upskilling courses available because of the established edtech platforms which have helped a lot of upskilling. Having said that, that's not going to completely upskill the entire talent. What is required today is that the industry, academia, and the government has to jointly work in rework the curriculum so that we can build better talent workforce for future. And that's part of the new education policy, and it's getting implemented in various states. And this is not going to be a immediate solution. It will take some time. And anyway, we are talking about a next 5-year roadmap where there's a huge intake. And I'm sure that the government is working on, the telecom ministry is also working hard to implement these training centers and change the curriculums in the colleges so that we have a productive or readily employable talent who come out from the colleges. And I'm sure we can fulfill these demands. And we should remember that we have a demographic dividend in the next 2 to 3 decades. We will have a huge working population. It's just a matter of tapping them and getting them skilled so that we can be the top economy in the world.
The way AI is actually taking over, in the long run, we might see the role and the need of these kind of roles in almost all the sectors. But then, if I have to ask you top 5 sectors where these roles would dominate, what sectors would that be?
See, healthcare is one sector where there is a lot of modernization happening and there is a lot of innovation happening. That's one sector. Education is another sector. BFSI is another sector. And if you look at the industry 4.0 revolution, which is going to happen shortly, most of the industries and manufacturing setups have to be automated. It will be connected devices. You will have digital twin factories. So for all these sectors, there is a huge growth opportunity.
We talk about these specialized roles. What is the kind of remuneration package are we looking at? What's the current scenario and how do you see it going ahead?
See, there's a fair remuneration which is paid for all these skills, because these are all niche skills and these are not easily available skills. And you have to also remember that for these skill resources, there is some amount of functional expertise which has to be built over a period of time. So currently the remunerations are fairly good and they are matching with the IT industry's remuneration what is being paid. And if you take a fresher can easily bag a job with 4 to 5 lakh package.
Interesting. Do you think the current people who are in this field already, they really need to upskill themselves and upgrade themselves? Do you think this is like the call of the time and they should really not waste any more time and just upskill themselves because there'll be better opportunities coming for them? How can you help them plan this entire move ahead?
The existing talent who are in these sectors already getting upskilled by most of the telecom OEM companies. We are seeing a lot of requirement coming in for the upskilling courses, and they are already running these courses. It's a need of the hour. If you don't upskill, you will not be relevant in the future. When from 4G to 5G, when the technology is changing, you need to upskill yourself, and it's happening. And even from other industries, if somebody wants to get into a growth industry, they can get themselves upskilled through various available courses in the market. There are many number of courses which will help them to choose the field and upskill themselves.
All right, so now tech roles would be in demand, and top 5 sectors, as Sunil also mentioned, there are going to be telecom, healthcare, manufacturing, etc. So all you have to do is just keep upskilling yourself, upgrading yourself, and 80,000 new jobs are likely to be placed in over here, looking at the demand that's increasing because of the rollout of 5G and Metaverse. Thank you so much, Sunil, for being on the show and explaining all this to our viewers. On that note, let's take a quick break, and post that we continue our financial planning session.